Hey everyone, welcome back. I am Julie of Julie's Plans, and today I have an extra special video for you guys. Today is a collaboration video hosted by Tamara from the Paper and Pen Girl. Thank you so much, Tamara, for coordinating this group collaboration. Once again, this is one of my favorite videos to make over the past few years, and I'm just super grateful to be a part of it once again. Before we begin, make sure you check out the day 14 video from Heather over at the Townsend House. I'll be sure to link her video down below in the description of this video, and absolutely make sure you stay tuned for tomorrow's video on day 16 from Mojo Jojo Plans. I will link her video as well down in I will link her channel as well down in the description of this video, and be sure to check out all of the creators that participated in this year's collaboration of 25 days of planner tips. I'll be sure to link Tamara's day 1 video with the full list of all the names for this collaboration. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So this year's topic is all about getting things done. Going from planned to done seems really easy, but if you're a professional list maker and procrastinator like me, it can sometimes feel like all talk and no action. So today I'm going to share a couple of my tips with you that help me go from not only making a list, but actually getting that list done. My first tip is to get detailed about your list. Now, I'm not trying to make list making overly complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated. However, if you're anything like me, sometimes when we plan, we have really good intentions, or we're a little bit more focused on making our planners look aesthetically pleasing, but we're not actually getting a lot of things done. This is something that I was guilty about for years and years. And what I found was it's great to make my planner pretty for the super vague part of the to-do list, but when it came down to actually getting things done, it was really important that I got as detailed as possible. So I'm going to use this first example to explain a little bit better about what I mean. So if you're anything like me, I love to clean my house on Saturday mornings, right? So in my planner, I would write clean house. But what does that actually mean, right? Cleaning house could mean just dusting, just cleaning the floors, maybe just putting away a couple of things. It can mean something different to everyone, but if you don't sit down and actually get specific about what you mean about cleaning your house, then you might not get everything done that you actually intended to. So don't be afraid to grab just a random list pad and get messy, but get detailed about your list. What is it that you want to clean in your house, right? I'm not saying that you have to put every single glass in the cabinet, put the forks in the drawer. I'm not saying that, right? We can back up just a little bit, right? So we're talking about under your clean house list, now you're gonna list things out like fold the laundry, vacuum the floors. I wanna mop the floors. I love to dust the baseboards. Actually, I really don't wanna do any of those things, but let's be real, sometimes we have to write it out so that it actually happens. Because as planners, I think that we love checking those things off the list, but it's very easy to just check off that you cleaned your house, but not actually clean your house, right? This is a call out for all of us. I'm extremely guilty of this. And I have found the more detail that I get about my lists, the more I actually get things done, because I'm breaking it down into smaller, more achievable tasks, and I'm actually getting them done. So now here's my second tip. Now that you have detailed things for your list, you've taken that really vague goal and you've broken it down into smaller pieces, don't be afraid to migrate tasks over that don't always get accomplished, right? We're human beings. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but things happen, right? So if you didn't get to certain tasks, make sure to hold yourself accountable, because if you really still want to get that one task done, like dusting the baseboards, make sure you migrate it over either to the next day or a day that you know that you have the time to get those things done. Another way that we can get super vague about our to-do list and we're not being detailed enough, another example that I have is run errands, right? I love to put run errands in my planner. The problem with that is when I go out and I'm out and about with my family and I know I've got a few places to go, it can be really easy to lose track of where is it that we had to go, right? So don't be afraid, again, to take another list pad or grab your phone. We'll talk about that more later in this video. But don't be afraid to break that task down a little bit more. Running errands is way too vague, right? You need to know, do I need to go to the grocery store? Do I need to run to the hardware store? Do I need to run to the craft store? That one's always a yes, okay? But again, the more detailed you get, the more that you're going to actually see what it is that you have to do, and then you can really go back and sit down and maybe listen to some of the tips from the other folks that were on this collaboration and really see if you have time to actually get those things done. So now my other tip is, now that we're out and about running those errands, my next tip is to not be afraid to use a combination of tools to break down these tasks. So what does that mean? And I'm going to use the running errands as an example, right? So just about every other Saturday as new homeowners, we are spending our time at the hardware store. So I have run errands as that sort of vague, like big picture category of what we want to get done. Then I know that part of one of my errands is to go to the hardware store. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my phone and I'm going to start working on my list of things that we need to pick up from the hardware store. Don't be afraid to not write it down in your planner. I know that we all love putting pen to paper. We love our paper planning, but sometimes we need to work a little bit smarter and not so hard. So use the tools that you have at your disposal. The Notes app in your phone works perfectly fine to make a quick list, right? So I typically will have a couple of lists. What am I picking up from the grocery store? What am I grabbing from Target? What do I need to grab from the hardware store? This way, when I do step into those stores, there's a lot of distractions in the stores, right? There's a lot of things that pull our attention away from the task we're actually trying to get done. Don't be afraid to use other tools besides your paper planner to get those things done. I promise you, technology is not something to fear when it comes to planning. So now that you have been able to see that maybe creating those lists and getting a little bit more detailed about those things, that will really help you achieve the things that you want to get done in your day-to-day life. And again, don't be afraid to use other tools to go from planned to done. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you once again to Tamara for including me in this collaboration. Once again, don't forget to check out tomorrow's video over at Mojo Jojo Plans. I will have all the links down below in the description of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're already subscribed, make sure you click that notification bell so that you know when my videos are posted here on YouTube. As always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.